The second center of consciousness, the sensation center. A person who is hung up on the security center of consciousness tells himself, quote, I can be happy if I can just feel secure. However, once he begins to feel more secure, he finds that this is not quite true. He then feels that if he can arrange the people and things in his life to provide a constantly varied pattern of beautiful sensations, then he will be happy. If you are like many people, sex may be your most sought after sensation. Your lifestyle may be designed to provide you with sexual sensations. The people you choose to be with, the clothes you buy, the home you live in, and the style of speech, thinking, and action that you have developed will tend to be determined by whatever you calculate will make you appeal to the sexual partners you most desire. This is known as subject-object sex, in which you are the subject and treat quote unquote others in your life as sexual objects. There is nothing wrong with doing this except that you are operating on a level of consciousness that cannot provide happiness, for sex is never enough. You are tuning in to only a very small part of yourself and even a smaller part of others. They are not responding to you as a whole person, and you are not responding to them as a whole person. Behind the exquisite sexual dance, both of you really feel the shallowness of the subject-object relationship. You know something is wrong, even though you don't know exactly what it is. Because no matter how many terrific sexual orgasms you may have, they are never enough. Even if you could reach sexual climaxes a dozen times a day, life would still seem hollow. For this second level of consciousness can only produce flashes of pleasure and long periods of indifference and boredom. Sensations, however, quote unquote, groovy, can never make you happy if you are depending on them for your happiness. You become driven, thwarted, sometimes satiated, and not tuned in to the flow of the here and now when you are chasing sensation after sensation. But the same sensations can be totally enjoyed when your consciousness is no longer stuck on the second level. When your consciousness is primarily tuned in to the love center or the cornucopia center, sensations can add to your happiness as a part of the here and now flow of your life. Although sex is the sensation that many people are most heavily addicted to, it is by no means our only addiction on the second level. We tell ourselves that we can find happiness through the taste of food, the sounds of music, the experience of a special environment that we regard as our impressive home, the sensations of movies and plays, etc. The search for happiness through sensations keeps us ingenuously busy, but nothing is ever enough until you are enough. When you are enough through the higher consciousness or through higher consciousness, everything can be enjoyed as part of the great drama of your life. Until then, nothing ever quite does it for you, and the enjoyment you seek will tend to elude you as long as you addictively demand it. When you up-level addictions into preferences, you enjoy it all. When your consciousness is primarily directed toward providing you with the sensation patterns to which you are addicted, you will have more energy than when it was hung up on the security center of consciousness. You will usually be with more people and you will need less sleep. An individual who is hunting for sex and depending on others for it is definitively generating more energy than a person who is worried about his security. In fact, one who is heavily addicted to the security level will probably have dropped off to sleep during the early part of the evening. Thus, the search for happiness through sensation is definitely an improvement over the search for happiness on the security center of consciousness. But wisdom, peace, and serenity are not yet in sight.